Today we're going to be reviewing Possessed at Dorney Park. So Possessed is an Intamin impulse coaster that stands 185 feet tall and reaches a top speed of 70 miles per hour and was manufactured by Intamin. This coaster made its way to Dorney Park in 2008, originally opening up in 2000 at Geauga Lake. This coaster's color scheme features teal supports with yellow track. The colors are okay, but they're nothing special. This coaster also only features one train operation due to the fact that it is a shuttle coaster. This coaster features a 90-degree vertical spike that you traverse backwards, along with a forward-facing twisted spike. For context, this is basically a smaller version of Wicked Twister that used to be at Cedar Point. And while it may be smaller, it still packs quite the punch, and is easily one of the best coasters at Dorney Park. And maybe, just maybe, even the best. But we'll answer that question later on in the video. Now, as I said, the coaster is a shuttle coaster running only one train, so capacity is likely a concern of yours. And you're probably wondering whether or not this line is going to be super long constantly. Luckily, the dispatches are relatively quick, and the cycle time is also relatively quick too, meaning that a decent amount of people can ride this per hour. And this coaster really never gets that much of a line. Now, yes, if you go on a Friday or a Saturday or even a Sunday, you can wait 10, 15, 20-ish minutes, but even then, you're still not waiting a lot of time whatsoever. And given how good this coaster is, it'll be well worth the wait. This coaster features standard Intamin over-the-shoulder restraints, along with a seatbelt. They look pretty similar to, I'd say, your classic B&M over-the-shoulder restraint, just with the seatbelt on the side. The trains are decently comfortable, and there really isn't any headbanging, even going up that twisted spike, and this coaster is still very smooth. The LAM launches are quick and powerful, and this is overall a very solid coaster at Dorney Park, and it would hold up really well at a lot of other big parks too. Alright, we've gone through all of the extra information you need to know, so it's time to run through Possessed layout element by element. After you take your seat and get the all clear, you are abruptly launched directly out of the station. This is a pretty forceful launch and will definitely take you by surprise if you are not expecting it. You accelerate forwards down your track and prepare to enter your twisted front-facing spike. You don't go very high up the spike and immediately roll backwards. The LAMs then kick in again and you're boosted up into your 90-degree vertical spike. Now, a couple years back, there used to be something called a holding brake. So you would ascend up your spike, but then you'd reach the top and you'd be held there for 2 to 3 seconds before falling back down. Unfortunately, Possessed does not have this anymore, but nonetheless, the backward spike delivers good airtime and is still a fun element. You then descend down your spike and pass through the station once again, reaching your top speed of 70 miles per hour before ascending up your twisted front-facing spike. You fall back down to earth again, and this time when you pass through the station, the brakes begin to slow you down, signaling the ride is starting to come to a close. You still shoot up the backward spike pretty high, and then fall back to earth to go through the station one more time. A lot of speed is trimmed off here, and you barely get up the front-facing spike, about how much you ascended the first time. You then fall back to earth once again, and are greeted with a pretty abrupt stop, so definitely brace yourself. Or you could end up hitting your head on the back of the restraint, which is definitely not fun. And that concludes your ride on Possessed at Dorney Park. It is a very simple ride, but it was executed very well. Now, I do wish you would get one more cycle, or how would you say this, one more pass through the station, so we would get to go up each spike one more time. That would be really nice, but I do understand that you do have to keep the line moving and keep cycling riders. Possessed is a super simple but super well done ride that is a ton of fun. And if you are worried about potentially feeling nauseous afterwards, unless you are very sensitive to backwards movement or like quicker movements like the twisted spike, the cycle is short enough that I think you should be okay even if you can tend to get nauseous going backwards, or rides that maybe spin a little bit. I guess you could count the twisted spike as a spin maybe. But yeah, I highly recommend. Like, this is a must ride at Dorney Park. You cannot skip Possessed. I mean, it happens. We almost walked by it when we were visiting Dorney Park. but we decided to give this coaster a chance, and it really blew us away. So as regards to where you should sit, I would say that you can't go wrong with the very front or very back. The front makes the twisted spike amazing, and the back makes the backward spike also incredible. You can't go wrong with either, but if you do not want to wait extra for the front, I highly suggest the back. But now we have to answer the question, is Possessed the best coaster at Dorney Park? I'm going to say no, but it's very, 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 very close. I would say Possessed is an easy second place, falling just behind Talon. Now granted, I did not get the opportunity to ride Iron Menace when I was at Dorney Park. We came in 2023, so it was not yet open. So I don't know where Iron Menace fits into those rankings. But without Iron Menace in the equation, I'd say Talon 1, Possessed 2, and then Hydra 3, and Steel Force 4. It's a really good coaster. Do not sleep at it when you visit Dorney Park. It's actually right by Iron Menace and on your way back to Steel Force. This coaster is extremely underrated and definitely one of my favorite coasters. If you enjoyed the video or found it informative in any way, drop a like down below and subscribe for more coaster content. And if you want to know why Steel Force is one of the most interesting roller coasters you can ride, check out the video on your screen right now. And as always, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.